All right, Shalom. We'll start first by giving all praises and glories unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. We got a quick video, I believe. It's going to touch on a few things here, man, because you people of the world are carnal and you're simple-minded, okay? You wouldn't understand something like I'm about to show you. I'm going to show the video, then I'm going to pose a question. It's a puppeteer, okay? All right. Don't know why I went out to that, but okay. Back to this, okay. Bear with me one sec. All right, so figured it out, and look, the point is, he got the Gadite puppeteer, you know, of a so-called Native American. The man is doing a puppeteer. Now, here's the question. The question is, the man puppeteering the little Gadite puppet, right? What type of man is that? Is that an Edomite, or is that an Israelite, or is that just another heathen, or what? Because you guys aren't spiritual and you don't know how to see through the simplicity of your eyes, the simplicity of your flesh. Okay? By that I mean, you say, "Oh, that's a white man," you know. Now, if you watch the little Gadite, you know, the little puppet, you'll see that man and the rhythm that man is keeping, that's the puppeteer, the one that's, you know, controlling him. He understands how to move that puppet, okay, in the ways of the North Americans. And I didn't get a chance to film meeting this man, but this man is an Israelite. Looks straight up like an Edomite, but he is an Israelite. You people don't touch on this. Now, I want to make another quick point, and then I'll get into the lesson. Because, wait, that's not what I wanted. Because you say something that, right here, you say, John 3:16. Matter of fact, I'll just grab it real quick. You know, you go into your John 3:16, so God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And that's usually what you start and finish with, right? God so loved the world, right? But the part that you guys are missing about that whole thing is, what about the people that believe in all these other customs? Okay? The people that believe in these other, I'm not going to get John 3:16, Salaki, but the people, what about the people that believe in all these other religions? Because particularly, we're talking about Christianity, particularly. They always want to throw out John 3:16. Well, in Judaism, don't they read the Bible also? I mean, they have their own Tanakh and Torah and all of that as well. But don't they read the same book the Christians read? How come you don't make it everything about them? That, oh, it's not about being a Jew anymore. I'm a Jew inwardly. But that's not what those Judaism people believe. The problem with religion in particular is they have it wrong, and you people have it wrong, okay? You people have it wrong. All right? Christianity, all of these that we're looking at, as well as Pan-Africanism and all of those other ones as well. Kemet, what's the other one that they do? 5% and all of that, man. You guys got it all wrong, man. This thing is about God's chosen people, which are you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Through the Spirit, like I showed you with this man, it doesn't matter what you look like. Okay? I can't get it back to that. Okay? It doesn't matter what you look like. What matters is the spirit that the Heavenly Father has within you. Okay. And that spirit is passed down through your father line. All right. That's how that works. All right. And why does this man look this way? Because he had been scattered among Edomites all the way down his line somewhere. Okay. But in his spirit, he still has the spirit of a North American Indian, a Gadite, according to the scriptures. Okay. So even though this man may not make it on a chariot with salvation, when he comes back, he's going to be in his right mind and body and spirit, of an Israelite. Okay. All right. When you meet people like this, and when you Jace talk about, there's cool white people, those are Israelites. Okay. Those are Israelites that look like the other nations. You guys got to be deeper and more spiritual than that. All right. You got to be able to look past that. All right. But the Christian church don't ever address this thing. They just say everybody. Well, I can't love everybody if we don't see eye to eye on things. And the Bible says that about who can two walk together lest they be agreed in Amos, the 3rd chapter. Okay. So I'm going to bring out a couple scriptures on what the Lord did and where we're at today. Because he scattered us and left us to be destroyed. Okay. Okay. But he said he would recover us back. And that's why I said this man, though he looks like a so-called white man, an Edomite, he'll be brought back into the fold, into the kingdom of heaven. All right. In due time. Now it says, this is the book of Deuteronomy. Chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. From the one end of the earth even unto the other. Okay? That's all over the whole earth. We're scattered among the Samoans, the Edomites, the Africans, the Arabs, the East Indians, all of the Polynesians, all of those, everybody, man. The Asians, we're scattered among all the people of the earth. This Israelites scattered throughout all of them. And if you go back through the history, whether it be in this book or conventional history, you can see that certain people and their customs were passed on. Okay? Those things were passed down. That some of those customs were kept, and then they were slowly dwindled away through the process of time. All right? To where they picked up all the heathen. And look what it says. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Okay? The real name of God. Say, and the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods. What are those other gods? We just showed them. I'll show again. These are those other gods. Okay? And they have their images that go along with all these gods. All right? Even other gods. All right? Let me get back to the guy. Just reasonable image. That guy came and stood right in front of the light of the camera right as I was recording. That was good. Anyway, good enough. It says, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Which are thy fathers? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, those that the promise was passed down, the father line that the promises were passed down through. Okay, they didn't worship. They worshiped the Most High God, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, or Yahweh in particular. Okay. All right. It says even wood and stone. So they're going to be in all those different religions and idols and so on and so forth. But those people still have to be brought back into the fold. Okay. Not on this side. They'll know it after death by pain. A lot of them will be scoffers. A lot of them will be Bible thumpers that just go and push for Christianity and push for whatever religion, Africanism, whatever they want to do. Afrocentricity and I'm just me and I got to get money and I'm about it. I'm androgynistic and whatever else, man. But these people have to be recovered. All right. So I'm gonna turn the page in my sword, and this is Deuteronomy. Um, yeah, yep. Anyway, Deuteronomy chapter 30 says, I'm gonna start at the top. It says, "And it shall come to pass when all these things come upon thee, and blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind all the nations whither the Lord Yahweh thy power have driven thee." The word God means power. Salaki, excuse me. It says, and shall return unto the Lord Yahweh thy God, thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul. That then the Lord Yahweh thy power will return thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy power have scattered thee. Then he's going to return us. Excuse me. Then he's going to return us from where he scattered us. So a man like this has to be returned. He's been scattered. He believes he's a white man. He may know. I didn't get an opportunity to ask him because it was really, really busy out there. But he may know that he's a Native American. But it's not like Daniel Day-Lewis and what was the name of that movie, The Last Mohican. It's not like a real Edomite white man, which I don't know what Daniel Day-Lewis is, but playing to be or even what's the other one, Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner, taking on the customs of the so-called Native Americans. This guy, you can see in his spirit that he's a real Hebrew Israelite, okay, of the tribe of Gad, a real North American Indian, Native American, okay. Now let me go to this book of let me see real quick where I want to go with it. Yeah, this is matter of fact, I'm gonna go to Ezekiel first. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, verse 17. It says, Therefore say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. Do we have it now? So that's a future prophecy. He's going to gather us back and put us back in that land, because the real Israelites are not in that land. Those are the fake Jews, okay? The false Jews, red Jews, as we call them, the gutter rats, as we call them. Those are really Khazars and Edomites, okay? They're not supposed to be in that land. They stole our identity and slipped in that land. And the world is on standby and notice about you being over there, okay? And they're going to uproot you up out of that land, and then we're going to go on and the Lord is going to usher us right back into that land. Okay, but the Lord is also going to make you build it up before we get there. This man ain't going to have to work toward that. Okay? Look at this shirt. This man ain't going to have to work toward that. All right? Because he's going to be living in luxury with the Israelites. This man is not living it up in this society like Edomites should be. His skill in this is far above what an Edomite could do as a puppet master. You can train, but you can see this man's spirit in this. Okay? To where he's making that he probably could do that same dance he's got the puppet doing himself, or could have when he was a younger man. Okay, but anyway, so let me go from there to Jeremiah 23 and 3. It says, and I will gather the remnant of my flock, because it's about the elect, the 144,000 and 1/3 that'll get salvation. Okay, everybody is not going to make it. The other people will come in after death by pain. Okay, the 2/3 will come in after death by pain because they just can't get right. All right, and they're natives, Negroes, Hispanics scattered across the four corners of the earth. Okay. It says, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them. Because we're scattered in all the countries. It says, and I will bring them again into their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. Okay? Will be fruitful and increased as we once were, being fruitful and multiplying. So that was pretty much straight to the point what I wanted. Let me see if I can grab one. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab one more in the book of Romans. Yeah, just, because I know this is there. And so I just want to get it just to help drive up a point home. Romans chapter 11. Let's see. Let me see. See the one I want. Bear with me 1 second. 1 second. No, not quite. Yeah. Salak. Yes. Romans chapter 11, verse 11. Then it said, I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? This is talking about the Israelites. Okay, have they stumbled that they should fall away from God and remain away from the Most High God Yahweh? God forbid. But rather through their fall, salvation is come unto the Gentiles to provoke them to jealousy. When you look up that Gentile, that's talking about Israelite foreigners, okay? It's not talking about the other nations, as you say in John 3:16. Okay? That's not what that's talking about. Those are other Israelites that have been scattered, such as this man, okay? That have been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that follow the customs and believe in their heart that they're other people, that they're a different nation. This man believes he's a so-called white man. He said, he has roots that go back to Native American, but he believes he's a white man. You do that little application or whatever. He probably fills out Caucasian. I see a lot of Hispanics and Native Americans fill out Caucasian on their profiles or their applications. I've seen that. Okay, because they believe it'll take them to get them a little bit of claim, and it does. The people are just that simple. Anyway, it says, it said then, God forbid, but rather through their fall, salvation is coming to the Gentiles for to provoke them to jealousy. Who? The ones that know that they're Israelites, the so-called Negroes that were still in the land back in Rome, back then in Italy. Okay, that knew they were Israelites. Okay, it says, now if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentile, how much more is their fullness? Because everybody will get to come back and be together in the kingdom of heaven. All the Israelites, not all the people, but the whole nation. Those that were because at this time the northern kingdom was over here in the Americas at the time. They get to come back. This is talking about them as well. They get to come back and be an Israelite again, though they believe that they're native or they believe that they're Mexican and they came from, whatever these crazy doctrines. Some say, yeah, the people walked across the Bering Strait and they're really Eskimos, and then the other people are Spaniards. And no, you are Hebrew Israelites according to your spirit, and you have been taken over by these other captors, these conquistadors. Okay. They came over here and took you captive, same as the Greeks and the Romans and the Babylonians and all the other nations had their turn with us. Okay? And we played the harlot with them when we were being destroyed by them, taking on their customs and their gods. All right? Anyway, it says, this man didn't just pick this trade of puppeteering a Native American puppet. He didn't pick that trade up because he hadn't been doing this for years. An older man. He had to have been doing this for years. Because it was in his spirit, not because, he could have been a ventriloquist or something. He chose this, or it was chosen for him through his spirit. All right? I love to see this dude out there. If you really zone him out, you forget that that's a puppet. Anyway, it says, where we at? Verse 13. For I speak to you, Gentiles, as much as I am apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify my office. But if by any means I may provoke to emulation them that are my flesh, those that know that they're Israelites, okay, that have their flesh, that know that they go back to all the Negroes, that know they go back to the pure bloods, okay, versus those that seed has been mingled among these other nations that believe they're the other nations, even though their father line still connects to the Israelites, okay. That's what I'm talking about, and that's what Paul was talking about. Okay, it says, and might save some of them. Okay, so and that's what happens. There is confusion of faces out there, Israelites that look like heathen or whatever, that are being woken up. Okay, it says, because this is something that that you Christians break down wrong. You think this is a precept of John 3:16, but no, this further goes back into what John 3:16 is really about. Talking about it's about the Israelites, not about everybody. All right. Come on. All right. So let me wrap it up. It says, for if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, not the John 3:16 world, but the cosmos of the Israelites, okay, the organized group, okay, like the world of sports, the world of martial arts, that's a world in itself, the same thing, a specific set of people. The world of sports aren't people that don't have arms and legs, okay? Just to be brutal, but to be extreme about it. All right? Even though they probably have their sport nowadays. I'm just simply saying, okay, there's certain people that won't make it into that capacity of that world. Because when they talk about John 3:16 world, they're talking about everybody on the earth, and that's not what it is. The word earth, world, is oikomene in the Greek, and cosmos is the certain select sect of people in the Greek. Okay. Anyway, it says for if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be but life from the dead? If they get they didn't think they'd ever get a chance to come back into this thing. But they be in hell forever on both sides. On this side, and they were never gonna get back to a real life, but they're gonna wake up into the fullness of life of the Most High God when He puts them in a rulership position in the kingdom of heaven, and really get to rest and live. All right. It says that that's pretty much the point. It goes into another breakdown of the same thing, but yeah, just to really touch on that, basically being you have to be deeper. When you look at people, you have to really look at their spirit and see what they are. Some people are trained because Jake's spirit, as far as hip hop and pop culture and Jake's ways, the world embraces it because they know you are the richest people. When I say richest, I mean rich in character, as far as personality, things of that swag, as you would say. You're rich in those things. Okay, and the world loves it and loves your natural ability to do certain things, so they're gonna emulate it. All right, that's why Michael Jordan is revered as a top basketball player, and if it ain't him, it's another Jake. Now don't get me wrong. They say Larry Bird and whoever else is they're on the list, but they're not revered as a top one. It's not George Mikan or Jerry West. Even they said black players were better, and it's probably Michael Jordan. Okay, so anyway, with that, I'm gonna close. When you was edified, and I'm gonna show this video one more time because man, you watch something like this, man. This guy's a master at his craft, even though it's not a righteous thing. It's wise to do evil, playing this out instead of out there teaching the word of the Most High God. But he'll be brought back in the kingdom of heaven after death by pain, unless the Lord wake him up and he repent. Shalom. And he nodded the head. Shalom.